Today we got a story time of a Minecraft kid who thought that physics worked like it does in Minecraft, aka if you spill water, it doesn't go everywhere, it only like spreads out a little bit, and if you like chop down a tree, it doesn't fall, it floats. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Leave a like in the video to claim your free nothing, and let's just jump right into it. So we're going to call the subscriber who sent in today's story, we're going to call him Sam. I got that name from the comment section. If you want me to use a name, just leave a comment saying the name down below. And normally, you know, the story goes like, the subscriber sends in a story where they tell me about a Minecraft kid. No. Today is different. Today, the subscriber admits something to me. He admits his darkest secret, that he, in fact, was the Minecraft kid. Yes, so this is a story from the subscriber who we're going to call Sam, when he was younger many years ago, when he kind of believed that physics worked like they did in Minecraft. And obviously he doesn't think this anymore, and it's kind of like a funny, embarrassing story to look back on. But anyways, this all happened many years ago when Minecraft was kind of first gaining its like initial wave of popularity. So back in the days of Sky Does Minecraft, Captain Sparkles, like, you know, Herobrine Legend, you know, the Ether mod or the Aether, whatever it's called, all that good stuff, kind of like the good old days of Minecraft, right? So this kid, you know, and we're going to call him Sam, but Sam many years ago, right? You know, he was, you know, it was during the summer, it was fun, he was playing a ton of Minecraft with his friends, and it was just like good old time. And, you know, he was going off to his first ever kind of like sleepaway summer camp type thing, which for him, even though he was kind of young, his parents always, his parents were sent off to sleepaway camp pretty early on and like wilderness camp. So they thought it would be a good idea for him too as well. Anyways, right, so, Sam is dropped off by his parents, and, the people at the sleepaway kind of wilderness camp are like, oh, welcome, like, to the camp or whatever. We're so excited to have you. Here's your cabin, etc. They put him in a group. They put him with people. And the thing is, right, Sam in his head felt like he had been training. In his mind, he has been training for this for the longest time. What do I mean by training by this or for this? What I mean is that he has been playing Minecraft, not just normal Minecraft. He's not been playing creative mode, man. He's not been a softie. He's been playing survival mode, aka he can survive in the wilderness because he plays Minecraft. To be fair, man, when I was like in second grade or whatever, I had similar logic. So I can't blame him, but I don't know. This is kind of funny. Anyways, right, so, Sam is, meeting all of his, his friends for the week or whatever. And for their first kind of like get to know each other adventure type thing that they're doing, they made a kind of a knapsack. And it's like, just because like at the end of the week, they had kind of a big camp, like kind of like a excursion type event where they would go and they would actually camp out. Anyways, when they were building these kind of like knapsacks to be able to put stuff in, just was kind of like a fun first type thing that they're building to like get to know each other. The Minecraft kid, who we're not even going to call the Minecraft kid, we're just going to call him Sam. And because this is the first time that Sam, the subscriber, happens to also be the Minecraft kid. So if I say the Minecraft kid, the subscriber, or Sam, they're all interchangeable and they all mean the same thing. Anyways, right, so Sam was getting to know these people, and they were talking about, like, their wilderness experience or whatever, and Sam explained to this one person that he had plenty of wilderness experience, and he just simply did not elaborate. Because if he did elaborate, he probably would have been clowned on, saying that, like, yeah, I play a lot of Minecraft, man. I know exactly what the woods are like. Like, you can trust me, man. I know exactly what I'm doing. Anyways, right, so the next day rolls around, and it's their first kind of like mini group activity besides the one that they had the night before, which is really just kind of like an icebreaker. And in this mini group activity, they had to go create a lean-to, I think that's what it's called. It's where you like lean a bunch of sticks against another stick, so it's like you can, I guess, if you're in the middle of the woods at night or whatever, you can like sleep under it, and the sticks that are leaning up against the big log or the other tree or whatever that they're leaning up against, they kind of protect you from the elements. And I guess this is kind of like a good thing to know if you're actually in the woods and you need to do something like that. But anyways, right, so they were broken up into a couple groups to, accomplish, just so it's like everyone could have a bit more hands-on. Because if it was a big group of like 50 people doing one of these, you'd probably get like 1 or 2 sticks down and probably not get a lot of experience and not really doing it. So they broke them up into smaller groups. But anyways, right, the subscriber was on or Sam was on the stick collection team, because they kind of like when they broke up into teams, there was like a couple people that kind of made themselves the leaders, and they delegated people to stick collection or construction. Those were kind of the 2 categories. And Sam was on stick collection, right? So anyways, they were gathering up all the sticks or whatever, and while they were instructed not to, break any branches to get more sticks, at the end of the day, there weren't a lot of sticks to go around. So Sam was like, you know what, this tree isn't going to mind a branch or 2. So Sam would go off and like break a branch and like take it back or whatever. And then he went off with another person, and, the other person was like, they saw some sticks on the ground. So the other person kind of like bent down to grab some sticks. And Sam saw like a mini tree in front of them that appeared to be dead. So he's like, oh, let me just break this tree and get the sticks. However, right, there was like a person in front of him, in front of the tree, and I don't know, logically, one would believe that like if you were to break the tree, that it's going to fall. And if you're gonna like smash a tree in the direction of the person, bro, that the tree's gonna fall on the person. That would make sense. However, when you play countless amounts of Minecraft, you kind of just like forget about gravity for a second, apparently. So anyways, right, Sam kind of kicks the tree over, and it's a very small tree, so it can easily be broken, right? As opposed to punching it, he decides to kick it just to make it easier, right? And okay, objectively, he understands how gravity works. However, in his mind, he just wasn't thinking, and for some reason, he defaulted to, oh, trees will float. Yeah, no, you heard me right. So, right, sure enough, Sam kicks over the tree, and sure enough, the tree breaks, and sure enough, reality exists, and the tree fell forward onto the guy in front of him. It was a very small tree. It was kind of the equivalent of a branch, but the kid in front of him is like, ow, like, why would you do that? And Sam just exclaims, without even really thinking about it, I'm sorry, I thought the tree would float. And the kid just gets up and gives him this look, and then walks away. And obviously Sam, after saying that, is like, oh, that sounds stupid. And he doesn't really think anything much of it. But anyways, time goes on, and it's a couple days later, and it's another, for some reason, they need to gather wood again. And they're assigned to the same place. So if you remember, I literally just said it. A couple days ago, they had to basically use all the sticks in the area. However, the camp counselors were not like prepared for this, and they had a pretty like strict regimen of what they had to do. So they kind of assigned the kids to do, a project that involved a lot of sticks. I don't know if they're making another lean-to, or they're making like kind of like a tent type thing out of sticks, or they needed to gather sticks. They needed sticks for some reason. So anyways, right, the kids, they were sent off to get sticks, and like they weren't finding any sticks. So they're like, all right, like I know we're not supposed to do this, but I think we're gonna have to break down some of these trees. So anyways, right, Sam, he finds a tree, and unlike the other tree that he was able to kick over and thought that like would float for some reason, this time he realizes the trees don't float. He is evolved from that point. But the thing is, though, Sam is still in the mindset of punching trees is how you get wood, because he had never actually seen like someone like chop wood with an axe, except in TV, and he had played so much Minecraft that had kind of like fallen out of his mind. So all he thought of like, oh, when people want wood, they punch it, they kick it, they headbutt it or whatever. That's how normal people get wood. So, there was another tree, and this one was much bigger than the one that Sam kicked over. It was also a lot more alive. It was thicker. Like, it was just like a totally different beast, right? And so anyways, right, Sam goes up to it in front of everyone. He's like, all right, guys, I got this. Makes his fist into a ball and straight out punches it. And instantly, right, Sam's fist is in pain. He's like, ah! And everyone around him is like, dude, why would you do that? Like, why would you just punch that tree? He's like, dude, I was just trying to get wood. And they kind of looked at him like, bro, that's not how you get wood. What are you talking about? And apparently, right, one of the kids actually told on Sam to the counselor, not just to the fact that he was like trying to like break an actual tree, because I think everyone was trying to do that, but just the fact that he tried to straight up punch a tree. And one of the counselors had to come to him after the fact and say, hey man, like, we don't want you to hurt yourself. Like, don't go around punching trees, as if that was something like, I'm sure the counselor like was just thinking in his head like, man, I'm not paid enough for this, bro. Like, I'm simply not paid enough for this. And there was one final thing that Sam, after being embarrassed basically twice, Sam had one more like just complete logical fallacy based on Minecraft physics that this one people were actually pretty angry at him for, and it was pretty funny. But before that happens, if you made it this far into the video, I'd like you to comment Minecraft down below. Maybe even comment it like 3 or 4 times if you're super cool. I'll try and slap a few hearts on those comments. And if you haven't already done so, consider subscribing to the channel. You can always unsubscribe later. And also, if you are subscribed, make sure those notifications are turned on because you probably won't see my videos anyways. And finally, right, let's actually see what Sam did. So on the second to last day, they had a really large, it was like a very big hike. It was kind of like their crown jewel event. It was the big deal because the next day they were going to be picked up. And anyways, right, so the hike was basically all day and everyone was given 1 water bottle and also 1 lunch bag. And so this day happened to be a pretty hot day. I mean, nothing the camp counselors can do. Sometimes, man, it's just the weather, it just doesn't go with your favor. These things happen, right? So it's a pretty hot day out today. And, you know, when it's hot outside, you get thirsty and you want to drink more water, right? But anyways, right, so it was getting hot out there. And, you know, Sam was walking with a group of his friends, or his friends for the time being, probably not his friends for that much longer after what's about to go down, but you're about to hear what that is. So anyways, people are like, they're looking at their water bottles and they're either halfway through, 2/3 of the way through. They all collectively don't have a ton of water, right? So they're all like, man, like we're only like 2 hours into this hike. We got the rest of the day to go, and we're almost out of water. Like, we're super thirsty. We've already talked to the camp counselor. There's not any more water that we can get. Like, this totally sucks. Like, what's going on? And anyways, right, Sam, in his infinite wisdom, his Minecraft wisdom, he said, oh, guys, this is, like, super easy. Like, don't worry about this. Like, just give me your water. I promise you, I'll be able to refill it. And they all kind of look at him. Because here's the thing. This is their only water bottle. Honestly, the camp counselor should have packed them more water. They should have at least had some water stops because it's so hot out. But anyways, that's irrelevant to the situation because at the end of the day, they didn't, right? They only had 1 water bottle. And Sam, their new friend, was claiming that if they gave him the limited water supply that they had left, that he would be able to magically grant them, you know, more water. But the thing is, right, they were just kids. I mean, they were kids, right? And they wanted more water. And their new friend that they had all this faith in claimed that he alone could get them more water, right? Sure, okay, I want more water. Let's see what Sam does. So Sam takes like 5 people's water bottles. And he's like, all right, guys, let me show you this little trick I learned when studying to be good in the wilderness. And Sam kind of like, he finds kind of a hole in the dirt and digs it a little more so it's like a perfectly round hole. And what he ends up doing is he takes everyone's water and just pours it into the hole. And everyone's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, bro, relax. You're going to be thanking me by the end of this. And he's like, so you see this? This is a 2x2 hole. The fact that it's now totally full with water means we have an infinite water supply. Like I can you can like keep drinking from this again and again, and it's just going to replenish itself. If you don't know, in Minecraft, if you dig a 2x2 or maybe it's just 3x3, I kind of forget, hole, and you put water in it and you put like 4 source blocks of water, it's an infinite water source. But just a little spoiler, in reality, that's just not the case, bro. That's just not how life works. So Sam's like, all right, I'll watch. Like, you guys seem like you're mad. You're going to be, like, thanking me so much. So what Sam does is he, like, takes one of the water bottles and he's, like, scoops up some of the water in there. And first of all, the water is completely dirty at this point. Like, no one's going to be drinking it in the first place. But also, when Sam scoops up the water, it doesn't replenish. It does not replenish. Like, it doesn't, like, magically turn back to, like, more water. And also, at the same time, the water is being absorbed by the ground at a really fast rate. It's probably been, like, a third of it's already been absorbed at this point. So Sam looks up. He's like, I don't know what happened here. Like, did I not dig this deep enough? And everyone's like, bro, why would you pour the water away? And Sam's like, it was supposed to be an infinite water source. I don't know what happened. And they're all like, bro, this isn't Minecraft. And Sam looks at them. And he's like, what? Because Sam knew that this wasn't Minecraft. But like in Minecraft, if you plant seeds, they grow wheat. That is something that actually happens. If you like stab chickens, you get like chicken meat and feathers. Like, that actually happens. He assumed that if you got enough water and did some magical like physics to it, like you put it in like a special hole, it would just regenerate. Because like, why not? And everyone was just like, bro, you cannot be serious, bro. Subscribe if you haven't already. And now if you're bored, go watch another video. It'll really help out the channel. Thank you very much. Bye.